Hi everyone, this week's topic for Busy at Maths is money. So I've attached some questions for Busy at Maths 3 and Busy at Maths 4, and after this quick video you should be able to do those questions no problem. Okay, so what I've got here and what you should use at home is the real stuff, plenty of coinage here to practice some of the questions in a concrete way first so you can understand them written down on paper. So I know, especially in the third class book, it gives you totals like €1.40 for example, but challenge yourself with trickier ones too. And when you're practicing with the coins here, try and make it with any coins, and then make it with as few coins as possible. Okay, so €1.40. Have I got any €1 coins? Here's a €1. Let's see, €1.10, €1.20, €1.30, and €1.40. I made up a 10-cent coin. So I have my €1.40 there. But now I need to make it with as few coins as possible. Okay, I think I can do better. Well, I keep my €1 because that's the biggest coin. Without going over, I can use without going over the total. Let's see, can I use a 50 cent? No, I've begun to €1.50, then too high. I'll try 20. That's my next biggest coin. €1.20. And another 20. That'll bring it to €1.40 using as few coins as possible. So mess around with that. The next thing we're going to move to then is finding change. Okay, and that question comes up a lot. The more you go to the shop and practice getting the change, even with your mum and dad, you try and work it out first and see if you're right. I know it's a bit harder now because you can't get into the shop as often. But when things are a bit more normal again, getting doing these kind of things in shop, great for money and maths. Okay, so an easier one start. Something costs €2.10 and you pay €3. Some people like to count back from the amount you paid to the amount it costs, and some people like to count up. Okay, so you can do a simple subtraction sum to count back. So that would be €3, take away €2.10. Decimal point goes underneath the other decimal points, might be hard to see it. 0 take 0, 0, 0 take 1, I cannot do, go next door, leave 2, bring 1, 10 take 1 is 9, 2 take 2 is 0. So my answer is 90 cent. Okay, some people like to count up using their fingers. So they're saying, right, €2.10, and you won't be able to write it down in a shop all the time. You need to get to €3. So let's count up until I reach my target. I'll count up in 10 cents, maybe to €20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, €3. So there was 9 10 cents there, or 90 cents. Okay, double check as well using your coins. Okay, so if I got my, let's see, €1.50, €2.10 is how much it cost, and I paid €3. So how much would I have to add on to that to get up to €3? So let's see, €3.30, €3.50, €3.60, €3.70, €3.80, €3.90, and €3. Okay, so how much did I have to get to my €3? I added 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 cents. So that backs up my answer here. Same with this. Something costs €2.70, you pay €5. What's your change? So when you're thinking of change, if you're going to work it out on paper, you're going to always do a subtraction sum. Okay, now look at this. Think back to your decimals. €5 take away €2.70. Up here I have a number with two numbers after decimal point. Down here I have no numbers after decimal point, so I'm going to make sure there's two numbers after that too. So €5 take away €2.70, and away we go with our decimal point straight down. 0 take 0, 0, 0 take 7, cannot do, go next door, leave 4, bring 1, 10 take 7 is 3, 4 take 2 is 2, €2.30. Some people, if they're doing their heads again, like to count up to the nearest euro. So it'll be 30 cent to get up to €3, and then another 2 cent to get to €5, which will be €2.30. Okay, and you can use your coins to back it up. Okay, what else have we got in these week's questions? Oh yes, converting. Okay, so either cent to euro or euro to cent. Now, cent, it's all hundreds or hundredths you're thinking of here. So look, if you remember from decimals, hundredths is two numbers after decimal point. Okay, so when things are written in euro form, there's two numbers after decimal point. Okay, and if you want to change it to cent form, you're multiplying it by 100. And if you want to multiply something by 100, you move your decimal point 2 spaces to the right. So that would leave me with 440 cent. If I want to multiply this by 100 or change the cent, I move my decimal place 2 places to the right. Look, it's no more use to me there, which leaves me 1,320 cent. Same up here, 126 cent. I want to turn that into euro, so that means I want to make sure I have two numbers after my decimal point. Or look, I want to make sure I have 126 cent. There's 100 cent in a euro, so there's my 1 euro, and everything else is going to come after the decimal point. So this time I'm going to move my decimal point in two places to there, and we've got €1.26. And same here, move my decimal point in two places, and I've got €3.92. Okay, so if you're converting to euro, you move a decimal point in two places. If you're converting euro to cent, you move a decimal point out two places. Okay, now in the forecast one, there's multiplication and division comes up, and so remember, when you're multiplying something, however many numbers are after a decimal point in the question, that's the amount that'll be after them in the answer. So 6 2s are 12, my 1, 6 3s are 18, plus 1 is 19, carry my 1, 6 3s are 18, plus 1 is 19. There's two numbers after a decimal point in my question, so there's two numbers after my answer. Okay, so €19.92. In division, we put our decimal point straight down underneath the decimal point that's there already when we start. 4 into 1 cannot do because 4 is bigger than 1, so it goes 0 times remainder 1. 4 into 16 goes 4 times remainder 0. 4 into 2 goes 0 times remainder 2. 4 into 24 goes 6 times remainder 0. €4.06. And finally, look, there's plenty of addition, but here I've got a euro and I'm adding a cent thing. So I'm going to write them both in the same form. I'll stick with euro form. So 14.23. And how will I change 126 cent to euro? Remember, move my decimal point in two places. And here I've got €1.26 plus €1.26, making sure my decimal points are underneath each other, my tenths are next to each other, and my hundredths are next to each other. And I can add them up away there. Decimal point underneath there. The last thing I want you to try is value for money. And you can go look for these kind of things in the shop, okay? This actually isn't in your Busy at Maths, but you can come up with these kind of questions yourself. What's better value? 3 rolls for €2.10 or 5 rolls for €3? What we want to use here is a thing called a unitary method. So find out how much one roll will cost here or how much one roll will cost there. And to do that, we divide 3 into 2.10 here and 5 into €3 here. Just quickly, because I know this video is dragging on, €3 into €2.10. For my decimal point straight down. 3 into 2 goes 0 times, remainder 2, 3 into 21 goes 7, remainder 0, 3 into 0 goes 0 times. So one roll will cost 70 cent there. And let's see, 5 into €3 here. Put my decimal point down. 5 into 3 goes 0 times, remainder 3. 5 into 30 goes 6 times. 5 into 0 goes 0 times. So up here in my 3 rolls for €2.10, it would cost 70 cent a roll. Down here it would only cost 60 cent a roll. So this is better value for money. Maybe you can come up with some of them yourselves.